What I'm showing you is how to apply the harness to the pigeon. The top loop I never undo, just for the fact of its ease of taking off, and the bottom strap that goes around the body of the bird is a pretty simple mechanism. What I've done is I lift up the bird's wings to be able to get the straps behind them, and I move all of the feathers out from behind the strap as much as possible so that it doesn't impair the bird's flight. You need to make sure that that strap is snug, not that it's restricting on the bird's chest, but also so that it's snug enough that it's going to stay on, but not too snug that it impairs its breathing. What I'm doing now is I'm going to adjust that up a little bit closer together so that it prevents it from falling off either the back or off the front. You'll see in a little bit the adjustments that I make. I go back and forth periodically, just again, like I said, adjusting the feathers. This back strap that I'm putting on right now is to attach the lower strap of the harness with the top of the strap of the harness to prevent it from coming loose over the bird's head. And the reason why you don't want that to happen is if it does come off, it could end up tangling up on the bird's legs and prevent him from landing. That's pretty bad when a bird doesn't have any legs to land. I'm using a safety pin right now just for the ease of the adjustability of it, and then what I do is I push its feet up to make sure that it's out of the way of its feet so it doesn't get caught. With this camera, when I slide it in, you're going to notice it's a little bit high. It looks like it's impairing the bird's flight vision, but it's not. When the bird's flying level, it's looking more out than it is down, and you'll notice that the beak and stuff won't get in the way. As soon as that blue light turns on is when it starts recording, and I'll have another video pop up and you'll see its results. And what I do is I put the bird in my hand at first just to see if it can take off flight from me first. And what happened is I didn't get that bottom strap up high enough, so the bird crash land. That's why I don't throw them up right at the beginning, is because I want to make sure that the harness is adjusted correctly. So I remove the legs, I adjust it up a little bit higher, as in I put the harness a little bit closer up to its head, and then I tighten up that strap to prevent the foot from being able to fit in between the harness and the bird. And then once that's happened, you can let the bird go and fly and know that it'll be able to make it home. As it's flying down this canyon, I just thought I'd let you know that we hiked this. This is actually Mount Baldy in Orem, Utah, and it took us an hour and a half to get to the top. And you'll see, well, I've edited this to keep it somewhat entertaining, and then I add my voice, so that's kind of defeating the purpose. Anyway, as it flies down, I'll cut into the neighborhood. It took the bird only 4.5 minutes to make it home from the top of Mount Baldy, and of course it took us a lot longer. I wish I had wings to fly home. And anyway, as it cuts down, you'll see when it gets into the neighborhood on these next couple of shots that it catches up with the rest of my birds. You'll see some of the birds flying around. He ended up flying for another 25 minutes with the camera on, so I have 25 minutes of footage of just him flying around my neighborhood, and then another 40 or so minutes of him hanging out either on my roof or down in or near the loft. And so there's the other birds, and when he circles around, you'll see him land on the house, and then he'll walk to the edge, and you'll see my loft down in the bottom right hand side of the corner. But there we go, he just landed. There's my other birds that he caught up with, and he'll walk down to the edge, and there's my loft.